Hi, I'm John Pullman, professional boxing trainer, owner of Pullman's Gym in Northridge, California, and this is Pullmanomics. I was watching a fight on HBO one time, and Emanuel Stewart was one of the commentators, and I look up to Emanuel Stewart as one of the greatest boxing trainers of all time. And he made a comment where he said, you have to make your opponent hit the air sometimes. I mean, and it makes so much sense. You can't just absorb every punch by blocking every punch. If a guy's punching really hard, you don't want to absorb all that, and eventually he'll find open spots on you if you try to block everything. Also, you can't slip or roll everything. That takes too much perfect timing to slip or roll every single punch. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to use your feet for defense and how to make your opponent hit the air by stepping out of the way or just using your feet in general for defense. Very important tool. The greatest fighters, greatest defensive fighters in particular, use their feet often, especially early in a fight. Like Floyd Mayweather, you can see him do this early in fights, how he gets out of the way with his feet. Pernell Whitaker is another really good one. So today we're going to go over a couple basic ways of doing it and some drills that'll help you develop that skill. So here we got Josh Zuniga, and he's going to be in a good right-handed boxing stance. Now we're going to talk about how he's going to use his feet to create a little space to make me hit the air if I throw a punch at him, right? So if you have your opponent, right, regardless of what stance he's in, whatever punch he's going to throw, Josh, all he's going to do is he's going to push off his front foot and step back with his back foot, and he's going to create enough space where I just hit the air, right? So I'm here, all he's going to do is step back. Whoop, that's it. He brought both his feet back. His back foot went first, but if you notice, he pushes off his front foot. Whoop, no matter what punch I throw, this defense works. I throw a hook, whoop, he's out the way. I throw a straight right, whoop, he's out the way. As long as he moves his feet. You want to avoid just moving your upper body. Like if he doesn't move his feet enough, he just moves his upper body and leans back, that's dangerous. I mean, you will see guys do that and get away with it from time to time, but it's not a good habit to have. You really want to use your feet when you try to make a guy hit the air, right? Whoop, exactly. He just steps back off his back foot and he's ready for anything. He got options. He's back, his hands are up, and he got all the options in the world. So that's a good right-hander, just creating a little distance, making me hit the air with a simple step back. Step back. Here we got Mr. Zuniga. He's going to be in a good left-handed boxing stance, right? Everything is solid. So basically all we're going to do here is just a simple step back for defense. He's going to make me hit the air by taking a simple step back. His back foot goes first, whoop, steps back, and his front foot comes, right? And he just judges however much he needs to take that step back. If it's a little bit, it's maybe a little bit. If I step in a little more, it's a little bit bigger. You got to kind of feel the punch that's coming at you. And this works for whatever punch I throw in any stance. If I'm right-handed, I throw a right-hander, boop, steps back, right out the way. A hook, steps back, right out the way. You notice he's stepping back up too because he doesn't want to put himself on the ropes. So he steps back, whoop, and then he comes back up in his boxing stance. The other thing you want to think about is you don't want to take too many of those steps straight back. If he were to take like 3-4 steps just straight back, he's eventually going to put himself in a bad position, probably against the ropes. It's also dangerous to just go straight back repeatedly because if he keeps going straight back more than 1 or 2 steps, a guy punching, it's a lot easier for him to punch in a straight line. It's easy for me to throw punches in a straight line, right? But 1 step is good, right? It's just 1 step. If I don't come in with a combination, maybe it's just 1 or 2 punches, bop, that simple step back works, right? Pushes off his front, bop, simple step back. Gets out, and his hands are in good position, right? He steps back, he's ready for everything. Hands are up, balance is good. He's ready to do a lot of different things. Step back, whoop, perfect, right there. So that's a good, simple 1 step back for left-hander, and no matter what punches are coming. So here I have Josh Zuniga, and he's going to be in a right-handed boxing stance, and we're going to go over how to slide out in a right-handed boxing stance when your opponent rushes at you, right? So I'm going to be coming after Josh, and it really doesn't matter what stance I'm in too much because he's going to be using his distance and his feet, right, for defense. So the first thing he's going to do is a slide to the right, okay? A right-hander sliding to the right. So what he first has to do when he's using his feet for defense is create enough space. If I come at him hard, first thing he's going to do is going to create enough space right there, right? He's creating space. He doesn't want to go straight back continuously, though. So he's going to take 1, 2 steps back, and then he's going to slide out to the right, that way, like so, and get himself back to the middle of the ring as soon as possible. So we're going to do it again slow, right? So he steps back for distance. I come at him crazy, and then he goes to the side. Hands are up, too. His hands are up when he's sliding, just in case. Especially because he's sliding to his right, right? So he's sliding to his right. This is the punch you really got to look out for, because it's like a head-on collision. He's going to his right, and if I were to shoot like a left hook, this hand has to be up, because that could be really dangerous going into it if we meet each other, right? But ideally, he's going to get enough distance so I'll hit the air anyway, right? So he steps back, and he slides out, keeps his distance, and gets himself back to the middle of the ring, right? So that's ideally using his feet for defense, sliding to the right. A good way, too, we went over this earlier in the Pullmanomics series when we talked about footwork, ring circle drills. That's pretty much what you're doing. He's getting his distance, and then he's sliding like a ring circle, right, back to the middle. Very important to get your distance, though, right? So if I come at him a little quicker, he gets his distance, and it makes me hit the air, right? So that's a right-hander sliding out to the right. Here I have Josh. He's going to get in his right-handed boxing stance, right? And now we're going to talk about a right-hander sliding out to the left. Now you might think, how do I know whether I slide to the right or to the left? Usually, an opponent is going to have in mind what type of punch he wants to hit you with. And he's going to favor whatever side that may be. So there's going to be an opening for one of the ways to escape, if you will. Like for example, if I want to try to hit Josh with a right hand, I'm probably going to favor to my left a little bit to open up my right hand, right? And that's going to give him an opening to his right, and vice versa. If I'm going to try to hit him with a left hook, I'm probably going to step over this way to try to angle him, and it's going to give him an opening to go. So you have to pay attention, there's going to be an open side to go to, and you have to notice that. And this first move you make has to be initially has to be quick, right? But we'll do it slow first. So he's going to step back, create some distance, then he's going to slide to his left because that's the open side, and he gets himself back in his right-handed boxing stance, angles himself right, and he's back to the middle. You don't want to slide around from rope to rope. You want to get yourself back to the middle as much as you can, because if you don't get back to the middle, the guy's just going to be chasing you all around the ring, and that's not what you want. You want to get back to the middle so you can step back again if you need to, right? So he's going to go back. He's going to create his distance, and then he's going to slide to the right. Hands are up just in case, right? Both hands are up just in case. Good, and he comes back to the middle, right? So now, again, this guy, especially early in a fight, if the guy tries to bull rush you and come at you crazy, you got to make that first move. You got to make these moves quick. You can't mess around, right? So if I come at him, boom, he moves fast, and then he slides. Good. Yep, good. Let's do it again. He always ends up back to the middle, right? He steps back, he creates space, boom. Hands are up just in case, and gets back to the middle in his boxing stance, right? So that's a good right-hander sliding to his left. So here we have Josh in a good left-handed boxing stance now, because we're going to go over a left-hander using his feet to slide out for defense, right? So here he is. Like, first thing he has to do is get his distance, right? So if I'm going to come straight in at Josh, he can kind of take his choice which way he wants to slide. But right now we're sliding to the left. So I'm going to, if I favor my left side right a little bit, he's going to get his distance and slide out to the left. Nice ring circle drill with his feet. And then he ends up back in the middle of the ring, right? We're going to switch sides again. Now, if you want to make him hit the air, the first initial steps are really important. You got to create that distance. Because if he were to just try to slide to the side right now, just from there with his hands up, it's going to be easy for me to hit something. Even if he blocks it, I'm still hitting something. Right now, we're trying to make him hit the air. So he steps back first, boom, gets his distance, and slides out. And if I'm coming fast, he got to move fast. You got to adjust to however speed you need to move. So if I come at him fast, he creates his distance fast. Whoop, he's not playing around, and he gets himself back to the middle, and he still got his distance because he's using his feet, right? Really good. And again, you don't want to just go from ropes to ropes. You see, he's making the quickest initial path back to the center of the ring. I come at him crazy, he moves, and then he gets himself back to the middle of the ring, right? Really good. And hands are up while he's sliding. So for there, that's a really good left-hander sliding to the left. So here we're going to have Josh in his left-handed boxing stance again, right? And we're going to talk about a left-hander sliding or escaping to his right now, right? So again, using your feet for defense to make the opponent hit the air, he has to get his distance first, right? So he takes a step back. He's using his back foot first, right, to create his distance. Whoop, and then he's going to slide this way when he feels like he has the right distance. And his hands are up just in case. And he always ends up back in the middle, right? So I try to step to him, he steps back, and he steps to the side, and he makes me hit the air. And he's back to the middle, using the appropriate distance where he still would make me hit the air, right? And if I move quick, he moves quick, right? Whoop, whoop, and he's out. Good, beautiful slide. Just like the ring circles drills, the ring circle drill that we went over in an earlier episode. Let's go one more time. He gets his distance. It's the first thing you got to do is get that distance using the back foot first, and then slide out, boom. Exactly, sliding to the right, and his right foot slides behind, followed by his left. One more time. Gets his distance, boom, makes me hit the air, and then he's back to the middle of the ring from a safe distance, right? Good. So that's a left-hander sliding out to his right. I hope we gave you some good drills to practice. If you like these videos, please subscribe and like our videos. It really helps us out a lot. But keep training hard.